One of the questions that very early came to my mind, and I think it comes to everyone's mind who starts meditating or who starts their journey in mindfulness, that question is if mindfulness or if meditation is a journey of enlightenment. And what is enlightenment? Enlightenment is basically a state where you don't have any desires, where you don't have any cravings. Right? So if meditation is the journey towards enlightenment, don't you think the very act of sitting for meditation itself is a desire, or the fact that you are desiring to achieve a state of no desires, isn't that a desire in itself? Yeah, and I think this question bothers many people. It bothered me too. And finally, I think I came to some kind of a conclusion in my mind about that thing, and I want to share my views on the same. Okay, so now, in order to understand this paradox, we need to have two terms, or we need to understand two terms. Okay, the first term is ambition, and the second is aspiration. Okay, now what is the difference between the two? What is ambition and what is aspiration? Ambition is that state. So there is a goal in both the states. You have an ambition to become something or to have something. You also have an aspiration to have something or become someone. What happens in ambition though is that you are so attached to the goal that you are not at all enjoying the present moment. You're so caught up in going to a different state that you are hating the current state. You're getting impatient. It's not your heart is contracted. You're not happy basically. Why? Because you feel that only when you come to a stage of having that thing or becoming that person, you will be happy. Also in ambition, you're so seduced, or you're so attached to the final outcome that you don't really care about the path. So you would do a lot of unwholesome things. You might hurt a few people, you might hurt yourself, but you will achieve and you will do what needs to be done in order to achieve that goal. That is ambition according to me. So an example would be, let's say I want to get promoted or I want a salary hike. So that's an ambition, maybe. It could be an ambition, it could be an aspiration, but if it's an ambition, then I would maybe indulge in office politics. Maybe I would pull someone down. Maybe I'll hurt a colleague of mine. Why? Because I'm very attached to that goal and I would destroy anything that comes into my path to achieve it. That is what ambition is. Now, what is aspiration? So, in aspiration also there is a goal, or there is a final reward in a way that we are seeking. But in this case, we are not constantly expecting. We are not controlling the moment-to-moment experience. So, yes, we have made a wise aspiration, and now we are following a path to achieve that aspiration. Okay, so essentially, I believe when you have an aspiration, you are more in love with the process. You're more in love with the process than the goal. That is a sure way of being more fulfilled, loving the process and not loving the goal, because you interact with the process daily, right? You might get the goal once or twice or thrice in life, but you interact with the process on a daily basis. So it's absolutely essential to be in love with the process and not really be evaluating if we are reaching the goal or not. Yes, the goal is there, the aspiration is there, but the function or the role of that goal or the role of that aspiration is just to give you a path which you can follow daily. It is just to lay down those steps for you, and it does not mean that you always keep going back to that goal and evaluating and just self-analyzing if you're there or not. In fact, you don't feel the need to self-analyze or judge yourself or evaluate if you are in the process, if you're loving the process. I mean, who cares if we achieve the goal or not, if we are in love with the process? Yeah, so that is what aspiration, in my view, is. So let's take an example. So for example, if you want to lose weight, so there are 3-4 things that you could do. So this is the goal. The law, losing weight is the goal, right? And then probably I could go for a jog every morning. I could go to the gym. I could go to Zumba. I could do 3-4 different things. Yeah, but so then I have to choose the one in which I'm the most connected. So for example, I'm not a gym guy, but I want to explore dancing. Okay, I'll go to Zumba. Why? Because I want to fall in love with the process and not really fall in love or to get too attached to the goal. And so then I have created a routine for me, 1 hour of Zumba daily. I'm having fun while doing that. So, and I'm not really thinking about the weight loss that much. That is keeping me happy, because again, self-evaluation will bring misery, will bring suffering. Yeah, so it's all about having a decent aspiration. So I hope it was clear to you all. Ambition and aspiration, the difference between the two. And also one other point that I made was falling in love with the process. Aspiration is falling in love with the process and not getting too attached to the goal. I hope this makes sense to you all. Let me know what you think.